'Cause it's just loose lips. I chat better than I sing, so go ahead and enjoy.
And it's just, it's kind of like I like the music, but it's also funny. You know, like there's a humor to it. And like, man, comedy and music, that we could talk about that all day because that to me is like, that's one of the most fascinating things because I love comedy. Like, I love stand-up comedy. And I literally write jokes in my notes on my phone for this made-up stand-up set that I'm never going to do.
Why don't you do it? You're in LA, do it.
Yeah.
You got the what's it called? The Improv Club.
Yeah, I mean, there's lots of they're obviously not happening at the moment. But,
yeah, fair.
But yeah, maybe I might like I mean, if I go up and just get booed, I'm okay with that. But I like stand up is like that's the hardest because it's like the flow and the rhythm and everything. It's like every single word you have to like choose it. You've got to get your timing right. And it's really similar to music, but it's like also completely different. And it's like it going back to that Seinfeld thing. He says like every comedian loves music and wants to be a musician. And he's like, and every musician thinks they're funny. which I thought was pretty good. Yeah, so what were we talking about? Yeah, we're just talking about like music and like and rhythm and stuff like that. I'm always really fascinated about that, you know, and like how inspiring that is. Yeah.
You know, one thing for me is it is the cadence of like when I'm up on stage and learning that less is more. But I learned a lot of less is more through songwriters. There's a lot of, you know, like Mike Skinner, for example. I like that dude's just my hero, and Alex Turner, and you know, Yannis from Foles. He's got a good wit. Like, there's a lot of like that era of like songwriters that came through that write with a certain wit that I like that, and I like. There's in Spanish Sahara, there's a line when he goes, "Wipe you clean with my dirty hands," and it just switches the, you know, it's what, like 6 words is that, and it already paints such a massive picture. And I was like, right, I want to do that more with comedy. So yeah, music, the way that songwriters write. KP, Mr. Kevin Parker, he's inspired us, you know. He's inspired me. So I take a lot off how people write with their songs, with my comedy. And I also, I try to put
you love music. I mean, like, you live and you breathe music. And it's like, even if it's like you're not like actively sort of directly taking inspiration from it, it's like it's so like it's in you. And so that's just going to come through like in your stand-up sets and stuff, you know.
I try. Sorry to cut you. I try write as many like song lyric punchlines in there as well.
Yeah.
So that's my own little like kicks, and then sometimes I'll go on a tangent and I'll like put like say like 3 or 4 Daft Punk song lyrics in, where, you know, just in the build up of a joke, it's got nothing to do with it, just to see if like a few people like, is he like, so it's like music head in jokes inside the actual material. People coming up later like, did you get like 4 like Daft Punk songs? And they're like, yes, mate, well played, we're having a Jack Daniels, we're celebrating that. Good spot, mate.
That's funny. Just your own little like in joke.
Yeah. But then I get in my own like head.
Keep it funny for you.
Yeah, not 100%. But then like sometimes like I'll try like the one extra and it'll go too far. I'm like, I'll wheel it back a bit. But yeah, man, nice. It's cool. I was meant to be out in LA, you know, because I was gonna do Burning Man, and then I was gonna go LA, do the comedy circuit, and then fly New York. But once it's all lifted and I'm back touring, I'm definitely gonna come through, man.
Oh, sweet. Well,
you'll have to go to an open mic.
Yeah, 100%. I'll open for you.
Yeah, I'd take that.
Actually, that's not a good idea because I'll definitely just clear the room. I'll go on after, so that there's still people there.
I tell you, I think Jack would be good at stand up. I keep telling him this every time the rare opportunity gets to be able to speak to him.
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely funny.
He's got a real peculiar sense of humor.
Well, the two of us used to like, we'd sit up and just try and like write joke. It was so funny. Like we were obsessed. I think Jagwar in general, that band, Jono as well, just like comedy obsessed. We all had like our different heroes, and we all had our like found our different things. And it was weird. It was like we were more competitive about trying to make each other laugh and like find jokes on the internet, you know, whether it was like, you know, something just completely like random, like, you know, an animal doing something funny, or like listen to this like stand up, or even, you know, that sort of search for profundity, you know. I think obviously Chappelle at the moment is, you know, just kind of went Super Saiyan like a couple of weeks ago. And he said some really cool stuff, and I mean, I felt like it resonated. Some people sort of had a bit of a problem with it, but I thought it was pretty sound, you know. I really loved it. And it was weird. He was talking about like literally one of the most heavy conversations that you could really ever talk about, but he actually still kind of managed to have comedic moments. I like, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, completely. Because what it felt like is like, you know what I was on about with the song lyrics almost as my own like get out joke. It was like he threw an Azealia Banks like joke in for his own banter, and it was almost like he was doing stuff like that. But
there was one bit where he just like, he's talking about something and then he just goes, "This isn't funny at all." And everyone like erupts into laughter just to break the tension, because he's talking about, you know, obviously very hectic stuff. It's great.
'Cause it's just loose lips. I chat better than I sing, so go ahead and enjoy.